Hello, everybody. Here we are again. Same time, different day. Well, it's the same day of the week. It's just a different week. Yeah, same day, different week. Okay, so here we are. We're past Christmas. Um, I don't know about Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna kind of skip over that for now. Are you keeping warm? That's what I want to know because I gotta tell you, I can't believe how cold it is. Oh, poor Joey. Yeah, he isn't even up here with me right now. He'll probably come up later to lay under the heater, but he kept getting yelled at. He, I have this. It's one of those radiator. It's an electric oil radiator thing, and it does get nice and warm, and it throws off heat, and it heats up my office very nicely. It just makes it comfortable. Hi, Carol. And he gets near it and he tries to lay practically under it. And I said, Susie, hi. He said, Joey, you're going to set yourself on fire. I thought he was going to cook himself. He was so close to it. So I had to keep yelling at him to get away from it. And he just wouldn't listen. Linda, hi. Susie, Carol. Everybody is clicking in here. Susie, I hope you're doing better. Carol, I have things for you. We are going to have to get together to get them, but I didn't bother to get in touch with you because I was not leaving the house for the last 2 days. I am a huge chicken when it comes to driving in the snow. I just, I just won't do it. I don't care if it's just a half an inch. I, I got in an accident one time on black ice, and ever since then, you just look slippery. I'm not going in it. I'm just not doing it. So, I do have your stuff, Carol. Just a matter of getting it to you, and I will get it to you sooner or later, as soon as I can see black in my driveway. I'll get in touch with you, and we can do that. Uh, I will be in Robizonia on the 24th of January. Susie in the hospital still going home tomorrow. That's good. That's a good sign. It's only well. There you go, Linda. One flight, no driving. Yep, that's exactly how I feel. Okay, Robizonia, the 24th of January. This week would be the United Church of Christ, but that is canceled. We're not doing that because I have some doctor appointments to go to with my husband. And hi, Connie. So I won't be doing the United Church of Christ, but I will be doing the Robizonia Library on the 24th as long as it doesn't snow anymore. And I know this Thursday is supposed to, or Friday or something. But you know what? If it snows Friday, it's okay because Friday I have a Stampin' Chat scheduled. So if you want to join me on Zoom, let me know and I will send you an invite. That's Friday morning, 10 to 12. We'll just be working on our projects and just goofing off and talking. No more snow. I'm with you, Karen. I am with you 100%. But we will do the Stampin' Chat Friday so it can snow all at once while we're doing that. I don't care. I'm not going anywhere. So there's that. Um, let's see what else. That's all that's going on. We're doing celebration. And tonight, okay, when I first opened the new catalog, I saw this stamp set and I said, oh my gosh, that is the cutest stamp set. Now, I am not one for juvenile type stamp sets. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but I don't do a whole lot of stuff that would be for kids. But this one, I just loved this stamp set from the time I saw it. It's kind of like, um, I guess, two catalogs ago, the ducks, the geese, whatever. I had to have it. So this one I had to have. It's the cutest cows. And that's what we're going to be working with tonight. I have a couple of things to show you. First, the Cutest Cows comes with a builder punch. And I know I've shown this before, but I want to show it again just in case anybody missed it the first time around or forgot what it was or anything. I do want to show you how these builder what's a good way to work with the builder punches and make them come out really cute for you. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Plus, Creative 8 starts this weekend, and before the week's coming up to Creative 8 is a thing where 4 demonstrators got together and they put together a program where they give a whole lot of neat fun folds and just different cards to do. So that's this weekend, and it costs. So I always pay for it, and I pass along everything I learn. Hi, Brenda. And they put it out for that purpose. They expect us to pass it along. Well, leading up, the weeks leading up to the actual event, they put out some just little cards and little hints and tips and just different things to do. So I'm using one of them tonight. This one I'm going to give credit to Sharon Armstrong because it's one of hers. So Susie, you've seen it. You probably have done it too. Um, it uses up your scraps of cardstock. It's a really cute background. I love it. So there's going to be a couple things tonight, but I'm only making 2 cards, just 2 cards. But there's a whole lot of information packed in here. And before we go any further, um, just so everybody knows, once again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, if you're on YouTube, if you watch Facebook during the week, if you watch the recording of this during the week, and you comment on on Facebook that I can see the comment, I will put your name in this little bucket here. And then next week, I will pull names, and if your name is pulled, you win the card that I'm making that night. So right now, I'm pulling Carol. Carol, that's the second week in a row. I have a card sitting here for you. It's actually in your box of stuff. So you get the card again tonight, and you're gonna love these. I know you are. I don't know why. I just did. So Carol. His card. Today is the 17th. Is that right? Yes. So I have one for you already in your box. Here's another one coming tonight. And so these cards, okay, like I already said what they are. Don't forget, it's celebration. That means that for every $50 you spend, Linda, you're welcome, Carol. For every $50 you spend, you get something free out of the celebration catalog. So that's yeah. And I know when we had our team meeting, there was a question came up. Susie, I think you asked this question, but I know it affected some others. We as demonstrators get to pre-order some of this stuff. We also get bonuses for celebration sales. And somebody asked me if pre-orders counted toward the bonus, and they do. I did check on that. The period starting December 5th was called pre-order and pre-earn. So that means, yes, that does count. And I know that's going to make a difference for quite a few of you. And I know it's going to make a difference for me. So if you're not a demonstrator, that's another reason to join my team. Um, that's one of the perks of being a demonstrator is you get a preview of stuff. Let's see. So this catalog is the January through April. I lose track because they keep changing it. But when this catalog is over, an annual catalog is going to be coming out, which means there will be new in colors, and we get a preview of that. So um, if you're not a demonstrator and you're interested in joining my team, let me know. And if you join during celebration, you get this free glass map. This, I don't know if you can see this very well, but it's very nice. It's got all the grid lines on it and everything. And enough of that. Okay. Um, Joey is not upstairs. Joey is freezing. And I think right now he is tucked under bunch of covers, Afghans, blankets, anything he can possibly get under, he's under. Oh, yeah, I feel so sorry for the little guy. When we go outside, I always put a little sweater or sweatshirts or a snowsuit or something on him. And it's like he knows what's coming because I put that sweater on him. So he stands at the door and looks at me like, do I really want to do this? I feel so sorry for him. And then he goes, he this afternoon, he lifted his leg so high to keep from hitting the snow that he kind of almost went over sideways. Oh my gosh, I was laughing so hard at him. But I feel sorry for him. Okay, let's go. Let me get started on this card here. I'm going to get myself off of the camera, and here we go. Okay, so what we're doing, I already said we get the cutest cows, and we get the cutest cows builder punch. Now, what is it about a builder? Well, a builder punch has a whole bunch of parts to it. And they can be very annoying because you go to punch out, all you want is the cow and you get everything else. Well, I'm going to show you, though. Oh, and the other thing is, yep, you stamp and you don't get it right where you want it. So I'm going to show you how to get it where you want it and how to lay this out. So, what I do, and I have been doing this for all of my builder punches, I take a piece of white cardstock, a scrap, and I go in and I punch it. Plain white cardstock. Okay, now I have, this is how it punches. These are my parts. I don't need them though because I'm just doing this to show you. Okay, so I label it Cutest Cow Builder, and this is how the punch looks. So what do I do now? Well, I take all the parts that belong to this punch and I put them in the holes. So there's the little cow's head. Don't forget you have to put them face down because what I want to end up doing, see when I punch all these out, what I want to end up with, and for anybody who doesn't know, by the way, because I didn't know this, apparently some cows have horns. I guess it's male cows. I don't know. But there are little horns here. But you could also, there's also a little mouthpiece that can go on there. And then this mouthpiece, well, this isn't the mouthpiece. This is actually, yes, it is. It's a mouth and nostrils. And then this is there's a lot of pieces that can be. That can be just cut out, punched out, and it can be the tail. It can be this little piece here up in the top, or the cowbell kind of fits right in there too. So it can be the cowbell. So those are all the parts that could be. So, or you could just leave it open and then it comes out. Okay, so anyway, you put all of your pieces, lay them out like that, up, face down, face down, face down. Don't forget. I forgot and I put them face up. and they will fit right in those holes. Then you take your 3x3 block and you go like this. And all your stamps are lined up the way they should be for this punch. So now what we're going to do for our card, I didn't show you the card either, did I? This is the card. Is that cute or what? I love these cards. I love the little cows. I just think they're so cute. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have our stamp all set up to work with the punch. So we can stamp it. And then we can put this in our punch and see how everything just lines up exactly the way it's supposed to. Can you see that? And there's all our pieces. Now, these pieces obviously have to be colored. You can color them with blends. You can color them with watercolor pens, pencils. You can do it any way you want. And I'm going to tell you something. It is easier to color them before you punch it. So it's just easier to color them rather than to color all these individual pieces. But I have a little magic box here that just happens to have all the pieces already colored, ready to roll. Here. So all I have to do is glue it together. Now, I already colored them. I used watercolor pencils. This guy has horns. Now I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to pull in my adhesive or my silicone mat here. And we have his body. Let me use a little glue. I'm going to glue his head on right here. The horns. I have to look that up. I don't know what the deal is with the horns. I never knew cows had horns. So I'm obviously I never lived on a farm. So I have a little farm next door, but there's no cows on it. Just goats and chickens. Now this guy has a cowbell. And so I am going to stick that on. And that was what I used that little empty spot for. I stuck a cowbell in there. Okay, and this part here, you cut this out, you punch it, and you can color it separate and kind of make it stand up. But I colored it already, and I think it's kind of cute just the way it is, so I'm leaving it go. Once again, I kind of think it's easier to color everything and then punch it out rather than sitting here chasing these little pieces around and trying to color them. Oh, Connie, you're welcome. And that works with any builder punch. So what I have started to do is I have started to create little index cards like this for all of my builder punches. There's a cherry builder. I don't remember what else there are, but there's quite a few of them that have different pieces. The truck has a bunch of different ones, and they have a couple different pieces, and it's just so much easier if you have it punched out and you can just lay out all the pieces like that, and then you put it all on one punch. It just makes it so easier to punch out. So here's your cow. He's done. Now the rest of it, you're going to need to know what we're doing here. So we're going to do this background. The background that I did here, you can choose any colors. I don't know about you, but I have got a box full of scraps. Okay. These scraps I use for my templates when I make templates for fun folds, but they're also just scraps of colors that I have laying around here on my desk and didn't get around to filing in the folders they belong in. So here they are. And so I just picked a couple that go together. Now, I'm not going to do these same ones here. I'm going to do something really bizarre this time. I just picked a bunch of colors. I picked fresh freesia. So you're going to take your base color and you're going to cut it 8.5 by 5.5 and 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. Now, if anybody wants to do a quick screenshot of these colors, go for it. I mean, of these measurements. Hi, Barb. If you want me to, I can mail out. I can send out the measurements too. But you want your base 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. You're going to take another piece of the same color base, 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. Then you want a piece of white, actually 2 pieces of white, 5 1/4 by 4. That's one for the front and one for the inside. And then you're going to want another piece, 3 3/4 by 2 1/4, and that's for that piece. Okay, now you do your scraps. You pick colors that go with your base color, and you're going to cut 3 of one of those colors, and then 2 and 2. Or you could do it the way, like this one, the base is gray, so I used gray for the middle one. Then I did these 2 in green. You can lay them out symmetrically. You can lay them out however you want. Put your base aside. Take your colors. I got, I forget if this is Granny Apple Cream or no, this is Lemon Lime Twist. I have Berry Burst and I have Pretty Peacock. So I'm going to put my Pretty Peacock out on the outside edges. Lay it out first the way you want it. Then we're going to glue it all down. So I'm going to put my Pretty Peacock on the ends. I'm going to follow that up, let's see, with my green. Then I'm going to put on my Berry Burst. And another peacock. And I'm going to just follow this same. No, it's not peacock. It's Lemon Lime Twist and Berry Burst. So that's the pattern I'm going to use. When I cut these, I cut 3 because I wasn't sure how I was going to lay these out. I cut 3 of each color. Okay. They are all 4 by 3/4 inches. So these are all 3/4 inch strips. I'm going to save those because I'm going to use those in the inside. So you're going to take, first you're going to move these all out of the way. And then you're going to take your glue. How are you, Barb? And you're going to smudge the glue all over this piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then you're going to take these in the order that you just laid them out. And you're going to put them on this piece. And these are cut to fit right in here without leaving anything over. So definitely want to use the green glue because you might have to move them around a little bit till you get them straight, get them even and everything. I actually did one card that ended up kind of almost slanted, and I'm not sure how I got that, how that happened, but it did. And sometimes I end up with a little bit more, and it looks like that's going to happen with this one at the top. So I'll just cut that off then. Stick that right in my paper trimmer and cut it. I think actually these are just down too low because they're probably sticking off the edge here, but that's okay. Well, Susie, I hope you get to go home tomorrow. That would be just great. I don't know. I hope you're still watching. And I know that you have seen, like I said, I know that you've seen this on Creative A. I don't know if you had a chance to do it, but it's a great way to use up those cardstock scraps. I always love it when I can find a way to use up either the cardstock scraps or designer series paper. Okay, I ended up with quite a bit left over here at the end. I'm not sure how or why that happened, but that's easily remedied. Oh, how's everybody keeping warm? Tell me what you're doing. Barb, are you on the road or are you at home? Oh, I used to hate being on the road when it was this cold because hotel rooms, they always have extra blankets, which is a good thing, but their heaters never work right. Or they always have those stupid window things that, so dry. I used to run the shower for like half an hour and keep the door shut and just build the room up with steam. And I would have so much steam in that room. And then I would open the door and it would like whoosh all out into the hotel room. They probably hated me because there's probably water dripping down the walls in the bathroom. But that's the only way I could get humidity. Okay, what we're going to do now, I'm letting it dry just a little. It dries quick. It will dry quick. For this one, I'm using the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder. I am going to make sure that I line this up straight. And I'm going to run it through. Wait. Run it through. For anybody who doesn't know this is something to know, good to know. The side, when you have an embossing folder, the side with Stampin' Up on it is supposed to be the side that's up, and therefore that is the top. So when you put your paper in, if you have paper like this where it's white on one side, you don't care about that side, but you want your pattern on this side, you put this up so that it's the Stampin' Up logo is on the top, and you this line across here will make it straight. So that's a little tip too. Now I'm going to quick run this through. 1 second here, guys. Oh, if I do guess what I will be doing during our Zoom get together. Oh, yeah. Gotcha, Susie. Oh, staying indoors. Me too. Ugh. Brenda, I got the Big Shot switch, and I haven't really used it yet. I had to make room. My room was terrible. It was like it was just awful. And I really, really needed to make some room in here for it so I could use it. So I made room for it and I can now use it, but I still haven't used it. But here we are. Here's what we ended up with. Can you see this? I think this is so cool. So I glued all my strips down and then I just ran the whole thing through the embossing machine with the embossing folder. Now I gave you a tip on how to figure out upside downside on your embossing folders. And I have just way too much here. There. Okay, that's that. Isn't that pretty? I really, really like this. Now, another thing I'm going to say here is I don't use Stampin' Seal a whole lot because I'm not real fond of it. But when it comes to something like this that could curl because there's a lot of glue on it, I'm going to use it because it's going to stick it down quick and hard. Um, it is a very, very firm adhesive and it will just grab. You will not have any play. Once it's down and it's staying down. So I'm going to make sure I have it exactly where I want it. And stick it down. Then I'm going to take my background here, and that's going to get glued on next. Then I take my white piece. Now, my white piece, I am going to, let's see, first I'm going to start with the grass. The grass, I used both lemon lime twist and granny apple green. Start with the lemon lime twist. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter which one you start with. I just want to kind of go across the bottom. And then I'm going to go back with the granny apple green, which is a little bit darker. Okay. Oh, I didn't. I'm keeping the lemon lime twist out because I'm going to use it and the basic gray. First, I'm going to stamp a couple of flowers. Oh, but wait. I changed colors. Yeah, the lemon lime twist can work. Okay. So we will put a flower here and a couple of flowers here. We're going to color them in. Basic gray is for the milk can. Which is just going to sit right here on top of the grass. And the little chicken is going to sit on the milk can. I think this stamp set is just adorable. I really, really do like it. You're going to be hearing that from me 100 times. And I'm using my pencils once again for this. I'm going to try to match the colors that I have in my background, but of course that isn't always going to work so good. So, but I'm going to try. So for my flowers, I'm going to make the petals pink. And because I use Berry Burst, but there's not a Berry Burst pencil. So I use Flirty Flamingo. I could follow it up with a Melon Mambo Chaser because that would be pretty close, but this is good enough. Yes, Brenda, I will be using that. I absolutely plan to use it very soon. And I'm going to use it to prep stuff for the library class because I have a couple of die cuts for that. And that's what I got it for primarily, was for when I have more than one. When I have to do a whole bunch of die cuts, I thought it'll just make it easier. And I have finally got it set up now that it's out on my desk. I can sit up in a chair if I want to, my desk, and work with it. So that'll be nice. So I'm just kind of coloring in a little bit, not a lot, not doing a lot of coloring here. I don't want to waste your time or my time with sitting there coloring all this stuff. And kind of color this guy in. Okay, that's good enough. Now, I go over everything with my blending brush. Now, the funny part about this whole thing is when you look at the colors that I used for the backgrounds, it kind of looks a little odd. Like, why would she pick those colors? I don't know. The colors that I used on the other thing just seem to make sense. These I'm not sure that they do, but everything kind of gets pulled together when you start to assemble it, and I think it really looks cute. So I'm going to put my cow right there. Before I put him on there, I'm going to let me find a piece of white scrap. Here we go. And I'm going to, and yep, that's white enough. Let's see what color. I think I'm going to use Berry Burst for the words. It says, "Holy cow." Then I can stamp the inside right away. Now here's how I did the inside of this card. Check it out. It's your special day. Milk it for all it's worth. And then I put little chicks along the side and the bigger chicks up there and there. I'm going to do something real similar to that for this. I have my colors here and here. They work, right? Okay. And I'm going to use the same words. Make them both the same. Now it's your special day. And I got that crooked, so I'm going to make it look like I did that on purpose by putting the other part in the crooked also. Then I'm going to do the stamping on the color on color with this little tiny chick. So basically that's the berry burst. I'm just going to stamp him all over the place here. And then I'm going to do him again with a lemon twist on that side. He's so little that he's on even on this one. I end up getting, this size block. I end up getting ink all over because he's so little. And I'm not going to put the other thing on here. I'm just going to leave it like that. And I like that for the inside. I thought I would try to get a lot of the work done ahead of time, but that didn't seem to save any time, really. Okay, I tried. So I'm going to cut these words out. I'm going to put them on first, and I'm going to put them on with dimensionals. Oh, wait, what did I do? There. I don't know how I did that, but I need to get that mouse out of the way. You couldn't see for a second there. Good job. I don't know if you missed, I don't think you would have missed too much of anything, really. I was just coloring this in and cutting off the words. But I am going to do the holy cow, and that can stick up a little bit off the edge of the paper. Oh, I know. I was working on the inside, so I'll show you that again then. I'll just show you what it looked like finished. And then we're going to put dimensionals all over the back of the cow because I want him to stand up. Oh, and that fits perfectly right there, just like that. And now we glue the whole thing to the front. And there he is. This is like a field of flowers in the background with all those different colors. And it's your special day. Milk it for all it's worth. So there's that one. Now, the next one is easier. I know I always say that, and it doesn't always end up that way, but I think this one's going to be. Okay, so that's card number one. You saw the only thing that I might have missed up when I went too small is the chicks on the sides. So there's that one. Now, the second one is this one. Now, this one, we're going to just punch the cow. We're not going to color him because we're going to punch him out of colored paper. So I'm starting with a background of pecan pie. And I'm using some subtle colors for this one. I'm going to use crumb cake, calypso coral, and whatever that pink is that I never can remember. Petal pink. Okay. We're using those three. And actually, that doesn't even look like petal pink. It's a scrap of pink. I think it might be one of the other pinks, but it doesn't really matter. So I have my pieces cut. I have my base cut, and I have the 3 3 7/8 by 2 3/8, and then I have my white. This is cut out of the very vanilla instead of the white, 5 1/4 by 4. That's this piece here, and 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, and this is cut so I can cut the little guy out of it. And so where is my punch? I'm going to get the punch. I'm going to punch him out. I am going to have to stamp a couple of things here separate. And I'm going to have to dig out some scraps of crumb cake if I can find some. Oh, heck yeah. All right, now for this one, I want the horns and I want the face out of the crumb cake. So I am going to take early espresso. And I'm looking for the horns. There's so many little pieces to this set, really. That's not the horns. I thought I had all of them mounted to blocks. And apparently I do. Oh, they're here. No wonder. Okay. There's the horns. And then the nostril and stuff. Ow. Okay. Did I say this was going to be the easier one? I did, didn't I? I should just learn to keep my mouth shut. Okay, so there's his mouth. There's the horns. I got a lot of extra pieces here. Here's the horns. And I still need one of these. Okay. I think we're ready to put him together. We have a whole lot of scraps here. This is a tight punch. I'm going to have to throw some oil on that or something, or run it through some wax paper to open it up a little bit, make it a little easier to work with. Okay, I'm going to put him on my thing here. The first thing I'm going to do is a little glue on the tail. Wait, that's not the tail. That's going to be his little thing here. Oh, slippery little bugger. Oh, and I really messed something up with those. Yeah, okay. I punched them upside. I stamped them upside down. So I'm going to take them off of this because I'm not going to use this again anyway tonight. And here they are. Okay, this is his horns. Did I just do that? I just did it again, didn't I? No, there they are. Okay. Okay, and another one of these. This is his tail. I'm going to take espresso and I'm just going to color his hooves. And that's all those pieces that I need. And I do need his eyes yet. So let's see where he has some eyes. And again, I've lost. There they are. Okay. There's a pair of eyes with eyebrows, and I'm going to put them. I have everything else glued on his face. So those will go right about in the middle. Isn't that cute? I do too, Karen. I just think this is so adorable. And this brown one, is even easier. This is a How Now brown cow. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, so what I did here, I don't like to see. Okay, let me grab this first. I don't like to see things just standing out the open. Just kind of floating. If you know what I'm saying, it shouldn't just float. So I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green and give him some grass to stand on. Okay. And I put on the side, what's moo with you? Now I'm going to do that in Calypso Coral since that's one of my background colors. And I'm also going to put a flower on there that I'm going to paint with Calypso, that I'm going to color with Calypso Coral. You could, they do this in the catalog, they show this, and they put it on a piece of Calypso Coral paper, and then they emboss it with white. You could do that. I'm going to put my little chicken here because I just like the little chicken too. There's also a rooster. Okay, no, I don't like the way that looks. Darn it, why did I do that? Oh, I'll color him in and he'll look fine. Yeah. Give him little feathers. Okay, and again, I'm going to stick him on with dimensionals. And it's going to go on that backing. And I still have to put my roof. Okay, he's ready to roll. I have my 4 by 5 1/4 here. I'm going to lay these out like this. I'm going to lay them out on here. Brown, coral, pink. Brown, coral, pink, brown. Okay, that's how they're going to go on. I have a couple left over. To see if I can make these actually fit the way they're supposed to. Whole new challenge. Speaking of challenges, this was a challenge for Creativate. The challenge being use only scraps of cardstock to make a card. So that's what the challenge is with this, is to use only cardstock scraps. So if you happen to have a bin like I do filled with scraps, use them. Yes, I did see I didn't remember if you did this one or not. I did see them though, Susie. I saw that you sent them to me, and they were very cute. Um, I the matchbook. I like the matchbook one with the baby card because I need a baby card right now, and I think that that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, and I ended up with a bunch left over again at the end, but the sides are pretty good. So I'm just going to quick cut this off and then run this through. Now this time I'm going to use the rope uh, embossing folder. I will be right back. I'm going to go run this through quick because I have it out and ready. Again, the Stampin' Up logo goes on the top. I'm running it through now. Oh, that is adorable. So, so cool. Yeah, I do like those colors too. So this is going to get glued down, and I did what I told you not to do. I told you to use seal, and I used green glue. But I think that'll be okay. Then this guy goes on next. And I do like the bird now. It looks like he's talking to the cow. And on the inside of this one, because it's more of a note card, like what's new with you? Hey, I'm thinking about you. What's happening? What's the news? Whatever. It's not really like a birthday card or anything like that. So I'm going to keep it blank. I'm going to stick my extra colors here. And I'm going to glue the whole thing inside just like that. Moo. Okay, I do not know again what made me think this card set was so cute, but I just did, and I really liked it. And I think I'm going to be using more of it. Okay, that is it for tonight for our cards. Um, Carol, you actually, if you have a favorite, cinnamon cider. Where did that come from? There. Okay. Okay. Those are samples. So, Carol, if you want one of these too, let me know. That's card number one. Card number two, the Holy Cow or What's New with You? Which one do you prefer? I'm going to erase that glue off of there. I think. Yep, there it is. Okay. Okay. Card one, card two. Okay, I'll pick. Okay. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. And I hope that you have something to do with these scraps. Use up your cardstock scraps. If you don't have the cows, you can use something else to make those cards. using your scraps and run them through embossing folders. I think that's a really neat background for cards. So, don't forget Stampin' Chat on Friday, 10 to 12. If you're interested, send me an email and I will send you an invitation. I know a couple of you I already know, and I will send you invites, but just if you have not joined me before, let me know so that I send you an invite. Okay, everybody, have a great evening. Susie, good luck to you. Hope you get out. Um, everybody else, have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next week. Thanks for joining me. Good night.